Hey, what's up guys, it's me, myself, and Daquan. Today we'll be talking about the first episode of The Last of Us on HBO Max. This won't really be like a breakdown video of like the entire episode. It would be more of like me talking about key points that happened like in the episode. So pretty much like I guess like the biggest things that happened in the episode, and also parts that are like just like the game and so on, you know. I plan on doing these weekly, so I know this one's coming out kind of late, but I plan on doing these for every episode because the game is just amazing. Like, I love the first game. The second one was fine, but the first game, it's in my top 3 favorite games of all time. So it's like, and then the first episode was just one of the best video game adaptations that I've ever seen. So this show got me hype, and I kind of wish they released the whole season at once. Like, I really wish they did. I played the first Last of Us game before the second one came out, so I played it on PS4. I don't know like what exact year, but the PS5, it wasn't out yet. Like, the PS5 didn't come out for like, I think like a good 2 years. I think like a 2-3 years. So I just love that game. I did, and the story is amazing. The character's amazing. So I'm glad that I played it, and I recommend you guys playing it. I recommend you playing it even before you watch this episode, because they're kind of similar, low-key, and that's a good thing, you know? Okay, so I think this is the time that we begin the actual like recap, I guess. So let's do that. The show begins in 1969 with some scientists or very intelligent people talking about a virus that could become a problem in the future. This scene wasn't in the video game, but I think it's a unique way to start out this show because it's like foreshadowing the events that happens later on. We then are introduced to Sarah, Joel, and Tommy. Well, for starters, everyone in the show is perfectly casted. Like, honestly, like chef's kiss. Like, it's just insane, it really is. I'm loving Pedro Pascal as Joel, Bella Ramsey as Ellie, and so on. I played the first game multiple times, and these actors knock it out of the park when it comes to acting like their video game counterpart. Getting back to Sarah, Joel, and Tommy, I love how we start off in the morning of the outbreak. In the game, it starts off around 10 p.m. So starting in the morning, we get to see a lot more of Sarah. We see Sarah make breakfast, go to school, pay to fix Joel's watch. I'm glad we spend a lot of time with Sarah in the beginning. The actress of Sarah does, in my opinion, an amazing job of just being Sarah. They changed her race from the game, but honestly, it doesn't even matter because the actress did an amazing job. My fan casting of Joel was honestly Hugh Jackman, but Pedro Pascal is Joel. He did amazing. Even Tommy acts like Tommy from the game, and honestly, I can't wait to see Tommy in the second season because of the second game. And honestly, I love how they use the same lines from the game.
Where did you get the money for this?
Drugs. I sell hardcore drugs.
Where'd you get the money for this?
Drugs. I sell hardcore drugs.
It's better when I do.
We then see Sarah go to her neighbors and see the elderly woman who was twitching early on while Sarah was looking for a DVD for Joel's birthday is now eating people, and if you look closely, we see the infected come out her mouth like tentacles. This is something new that we didn't see in the game. Joel and Tommy come to get Sarah, and they drive off just like the iconic scene in the game. Watching this, it felt like I was playing the game again, and that's how much it looked just like the game. After crashing and separating, we then get to Sarah's fate. Watching this scene, honestly, I wasn't on the edge of my seat because I know what happens. But in ways, I was really hoping they would leave Sarah's demise open-ended, just in case if they wanted to go in a different direction when it came to the second, third game/seasons. Sarah could have came back in some way, but I don't know. I just think I got attached to her character a little. We then get a 20-year time skip, and we start off with a little boy who gets saved by the guards, and he ends up being affected, and instead of killing him, they pretend they are going to take care of him, but they end up killing him in a non-violent way by injecting him with most likely poison. The next time we see the boy is when we are introduced to Joel and Tess. Joel and Tess does jobs like body removal to make money. Joel also sells drugs for extra money, and we see how Tess got her scratches before she pops up with Joel, like in the game. Tess and Joel needed a car battery to escape and find Tommy. We then see Ellie tied up by the fireflies. Marlene enters and lets Ellie go. One cool thing is Marlene mentions Riley, a character Ellie has history with from the game. The people who were supposed to give Tess and Joel the car battery is killed by Marlene and the fireflies. We then see a shot but still alive Marlene, similar to the game. I love all these similarities, by the way, like, it's just like so good, you know? Ellie attacks Joel and he throws her against the wall. Marlene makes a deal with Joel and Tess. She wants them to take Ellie to some fireflies. For safety, in exchange they will be given a truck and some supplies to find Tommy. While they are sneaking out, they run into the guard that Joel sold drugs to, and the guard makes them get on their knees and he scans Tess, and right before he gets to Ellie, she stabs him in the leg. And Joel has a flashback remembering this is exactly what happened to Sarah, and he ends up killing the guard, I think. And then they head towards the twin skyscrapers that are in the game. And just like that, that was episode 1 of The Last of Us on HBO Max. Can I just say that this is a 10 out of 10 first episode? Like, this is how you do a video game adaptation. I have a feeling that The Last of Us is gonna be a blueprint for video game adaptations. I really think so. I think The Last of Us is gonna be the blueprint, and other like video game adaptations gonna learn, because this is how you do it. This is how you do it, honestly. Add a few new things, you know, you can change some tiny things, you know, but keep it exactly like the source material and fans will love it. And this is exactly what The Last of Us did, so I'm a fan, like I am. Like, they did an amazing job, so props to everybody who worked on the show, the actors. They did an amazing job. This show just oozes the game, like, don't it? Like, you cannot tell me that when watching a show and let's say you played the game like previously, you cannot tell me that it don't just oozes the game. Like, it does. Like, they add obviously like a few new things and stuff and like replace some things, but it oozes the game. It do. I don't like that word, really, oozes, but I mean, that's what it does. It oozes the game. It do. I need to come up with a new word, because that's not it. It is not. I honestly just wish that this whole season was like out already, but you know what? The hype for it probably would die down if it like the whole season was already out, you know? Let me know down below if you guys enjoyed today's video. Let me know if you guys have seen The Last of Us, like the first episode. Have you played the video game or the game or whatever? Have you played the second game? Tell me all your thoughts down below. I'd love to hear them. Once again, I'll be doing episode recaps like weekly, so you can expect my, you know, thoughts and the recap of episode 2 shortly after it comes out, which it does on Sunday. So I don't know when I'm posting this video, but yeah, pretty much this video and episode 2 recap will be close to each other. So yeah. But yeah, that's about it. Like, subscribe, all the good stuff, and that's about it. Peace.